Who hired you to go down there?
The South Texas Weather Modification Association. So that's a bunch of counties and farms that need more water.
Okay. Did they, I mean, when you're seeding clouds, I mean, what's the radius of where you're doing it from? I mean, how many miles out are you guys looking at weather?
We're looking at, well, for forecasting, this is an important point, right? We're looking at the entire region, just so that we understand the situation. Even if we're only seeding over a handful of counties, we want to understand the context. And it's important to do that because on the 2nd, our meteorologists identified that there was this inflow of moisture from the Gulf, and that's why we suspended operations the afternoon of the 2nd. Now that's important because, one, that's like, Rainmaker wants to do no harm and did no harm. And by proactively forecasting so that we know we're not seeding during storms or during flash floods, like we can prevent ourselves from doing any damage.
We've got some major breaking news out of Area 51. A massive fire has broken out inside the base, and we're seeing it live on camera. Late last night, allegedly July 15th, plumes of smoke were spotted rising from within the boundaries of Area 51 in Groom Lake, Nevada. Get this, there's a 24/7 live stream camera set up just outside the perimeter on private property of the back gate entrance near Rachel, Nevada, and they're currently broadcasting the blaze in real time. I'll include their links below so that you can check it out. What we do know is that there is clearly a massive fire. As you can see in the giant plume of smoke, you can also see the wind blowing if you look at the trees, which is definitely not helpful in these types of situations. What we don't know is exactly what's burning inside Area 51. We don't have information on whether any structures are directly affected at this time. Was it a military training gone bad, an accident, or was it something else? Some people of course, are speculating everything from Black Project labs that have blown up to alien tech. But it very well could be dry brush burning on the outside of the perimeter as well. But I'm watching the feed and I'm digging into updates. Follow if you want the latest as this unfolds. This is crazy. Let me know. What do you think is burning in there?
All right, we're getting real close to robotic cockroaches used for espionage like in Fifth Element. Apparently, Chinese scientists at the Beijing Institute of Technology have developed the world's lightest insect brain controller, weighing just 74 milligrams. And the device was designed to be strapped to a worker bee's back and uses 3 tiny needles to pierce its brain, delivering electronic pulses to the optical lobe, which is the visual processing center, so that the bee can be controlled. These pulses create illusions that direct the bee's flight with commands like turn left, right, advance, or retreat, and they've achieved a 90% success rate with this thing. The technology was detailed on June 11th at a 2025 peer-reviewed paper in the Chinese Journal of Mechanical Engineering, and if this becomes a reality, this is going to be a significant leap in cyborg robotics. Now, cyborg bees could be used for multiple purposes. They could be equipped with cameras, sensors, or any other type of listening device, and they could be used for covert military reconnaissance. They could be used for urban combat. They could be used for counterterrorism or counter-narcotics trafficking. And part of the reason for that is because they have natural camouflage. They would blend in with the environment, and they're also extremely small and practically unnoticeable if they're in the environment around somebody. Not to mention the fact that they're so small they could fit in small, tight spaces and squeeze into places they wouldn't necessarily be able to fit a person or a larger camera device. Now, in addition to military and like law enforcement capacity, it could also be used for aid disaster relief because they could search for earthquake survivors in rubble, for example.
256 floods across 33 states. What is going on? I may have some answers. Now, if you guys remember that little drink, Mountain Dew, yeah, they're back at it again because they have those flavors, Mango Rush, Sweet Lightning, Purple Thunder. So what are the chances? Let me break it down. So of course, lightning comes with flash floods, storms, lightning, etc., right? Then Purple Thunder just came out with a brand new design in May. Thunder, lightning, storms, okay? Now Mango Rush, now get this. So if you look in the back, it looks just like a flash flood. Put them all together, lightning, thunder, and a flash flood with a rush of water. Now, I don't know about you guys, but I haven't seen this many states with this many floods that's this violent. I'm just saying, does any of this look normal? This was in Maryland. I mean, come on. And not only America is just getting hit with this now, this is actually happening in Japan right now. And not to mention, there's various patents on Google Patents that you can find for hurricane and tornado control and tons of other patents that control weather. It gets even weirder. Okay, so I know you guys heard about this McDonald's employee who snapped and took out her manager. And yes, the same girl who had these weird Chucky videos on her Instagram. You mean to tell me that her last post on her Instagram was none other than Mountain Dew Code Red? You can't make this up. This was the same flavor that gave the signal to 9/11. I didn't want to say that out loud. I'm literally in an airport right now, so can't freak anybody out. But yes, this was the same flavor that she posted that gave way to what she did next. And right now she's sitting in jail. She got caught and her bond is set at $25 million. This picture says it all. She's completely gone. All in all, they're playing with the weather again, so make sure you guys stay safe. Make sure you get in my Telegram as well because I'm dropping more updates in there. Mountain Dew, you've done it again.
The Farneses originated in the Parthian Empire, the first world empire, the Persian Empire. And it's those people that these ancient bloodlines come from, originated from, and also the preference for enslaving humanity. And I must say they are and were very cruel. They created the whole banking institutions. They created Switzerland as a way to hide your money. The Knights Templars and other crusaders could hide their money in Switzerland so that the kings of the countries they lived in could not confiscate it or steal it. And so Switzerland has always been a haven for money. Also, the Bay Area has been chosen by the Rockefeller Foundation. 4 cities in the Bay Area have been chosen to be special cities for the New World Order. They have 100 listed on their website. And what they want to do is make one world religion, bring all people under one world religion.
Have you heard the theory that President Lincoln was assassinated by the Rothschilds?
Oh, yeah.
The Rothschilds, they were basically sold the Confederate banknotes in Europe. So they're supporting the Confederates because Abraham Lincoln wanted to get rid of the European banking system and make it the U.S. banking system.
The craziest thing about the Civil War that nobody ever talks about was Russia's role in the Civil War. And what happened was that the Russians had just kicked the Rothschilds out, the banking cabal out. And they had heard that, basically they were trying to do the same thing in America. And Alexander, I think it was, actually sent Russian Navy to our borders. And you can actually see pictures of Russian troops with Northern troops as well. And that's a big reason because Spain, France, and Britain were about to come in on the side of the South.
I mean, this is adding up to the Rothschild banking system. Don't learn that in elementary school.
Not a chance. That's wild.
All history is a lie.
Yeah, I mean, it's written by the winners, right?
It's written by the winners, and it's there to basically form a group agreement that these people are the good guys and these people are the bad guys. And that's just how it's been done. And when everyone goes, dude, is everything a conspiracy? 100%.
It's purely a digital concentration camp. It's a slavery system.
When Catherine Austin Fitts talks, we should listen. She's a former high-level investment banker in New York and held senior office in the first Bush administration in Washington.
There may be 1,000 models of how it could work. But essentially, you will have, whether it's a banking account or a credit card, and it can be turned off and on. So my incentive system is not you go to work and work hard and you get money. My incentive system can be based on how you behaved in the last 5 minutes, on a 24/7 basis.
CBDCs, as the name suggests, would be issued by central banks like the Federal Reserve in America and the Bank of England, not by high street banks. They would signal the end of cash, and every transaction you make would be transparent and held on a permanent database. Crucially, under a net zero regime, your carbon footprint could be at the heart of the system.
We're developing through technology, an ability for consumers to measure their own carbon footprint. What does that mean? That's where are they traveling? How are they traveling? What are they eating? What are they consuming on the platform? So individual carbon footprint tracker.
This can be the infrastructure for a carbon credit system. It's totalitarian control, and if people don't become aware of it now, it's going to be too late to backtrack from this.
This is what we're dealing with inside the MH370 orbs. Helical magnetic fields are induced in the plasma so that it confines itself. Yes. Yes. Magnetic mirror on either end acts as a plug to stop particles escaping along the axis of the device. Yeah! It's Lockheed Martin's. They're using this extremely specific fusion configuration. It allows them to turn off one side of the orb. You can see the exhaust coming out of the back, and you can see it sucking in from the front at the same time. And then they designed, because of the tube, the air flows through it and out the other way. But then watch what happens. After it zooms in, there's no more exhaust behind it anymore. Why? Because they've pinched off the exhaust part. There's no exhaust coming from behind the orbs anymore. So whatever's coming in there, it's just accumulating. It's just accumulating. Look at it. There's no lines behind the orbs. You can still clearly see the lines in front of the orbs. It's a ring, smaller ring inside of a bigger ring, cathode, anode, and then the center part is transparent because they can control the magnetic field to block off the expelling exhaust. That's why. This is why right here.
We are in the final hours and very close to the end. Facebook announcing that their next supercomputer will be the size of Manhattan. Mind you, in the last couple of weeks, there have been reports Facebook has been offering $100 million, 9-figure signing bonuses to go steal AI employees from other companies. That's more than they pay Ronaldo. Couple that with using enough power to power like 20 nuclear facilities. This is the end, my friends.
Today's episode is Alien Avatar.
Embody and control a humanoid robot through H2L's innovative capsule interface. Just by sitting in the capsule, the user can see and interact with the world through the eyes and body of a robot. The inside of the capsule is filled with muscle displacement sensors, speakers, and displays. By shifting your back or slightly moving the hands and feet, force and movement is communicated to the robot. At the same time, the interface delivers audio-visual information from the robot to the user. What would virtual reality feel like when you can transmit movement into a personal avatar while receiving audio-visual and physical input back? The elderly and disabled can interact with the physical world, even if they're bedbound.
Robotic human surrogates combine the durability of a machine with the grace and beauty of the human body. With most people living their lives through their surrogate selves, our world has become a safer place. Take a seat in your STEM chair, and just with the power of your mind, you can control your surrogate and send it out into the real world. You can live your life without limitations. You see what they see, feel what they feel, and become anyone you want to be from the comfort and safety of your own home.